Good evening, everyone. My name is Audrey Combo, and I'm here to discuss student development theory within higher education for our discussion post for week 3. The first question that was posed to us is, what is the role of student development theory within higher education and the work of higher education administration? Well, we previously learned that student development theory provides the historical roots of theory and discussed theoretical worldviews and processes for understanding student development theory. So basically, we know that student development theory provides a basis or a framework for us in higher educational profession to better understand our students as they matriculate through college. According to our text, chapter 3, page 52, the professional field of student affairs needs formal theories validated by research to ascertain whether individual perceptions hold for the students within whom they work and the situation in which they find themselves. This would move along us to the second question, which is, what are your personal feelings at this point about student development theory and applying student development theory to practice? I have several feelings about it. First, my background is not higher ed. Well, it is higher ed, but I just came from P through 12. So having, whether it's K through 12 or higher education, having a basis or a framework in which to base research on getting to know your students is perfect. I feel like I already use a number of these theories, especially student involvement and validation. First, I'll talk about student involvement. It's always been my philosophy that if you have a student, a child, and you give them ownership of something, they take ownership of the situation. Meaning, if I'm in college and I am in SGA, I'm taking ownership of something of that college. A part of that college belongs to me. That means I'm going to take care of it. That means I'm going to complete it. That means I'm going to be involved in it. Validation is something that I use now in student housing with my students, especially my newer RAs, resident assistants. They come in and sometimes they don't have the confidence that the senior RAs need. So a lot of times you have to validate them in their work and let them know that they're doing good. And what this does is it reassures them and it gives them that confidence they need to complete the task. And not only that, but be more vocal and stand strong in their position. A word that I want to use that we use a lot in K through 12 is differentiate. I feel that one of the challenges in applying student development theory is that there's so many of them, and no one student is the same. So I don't believe that there's one specific theory that you can apply to every student. I think for some students, you can use the student involvement theory and try to get them involved, and as much as they put in is what they're going to get out. But some students don't respond to that, so they may need that validation. So you have to switch theories and use that one instead. Whatever you need to reach the student or whatever you need to meet that student's need is what you need to use at that time. So I think that would be the challenge, is really just determining, how am I going to reach the student? What can I do? What theory is there? Is there something do I have to go off course a little bit, or can I stay within the rims of the theory that has been researched? And I guess a way to overcome that would simply pause and get to know that student. Find out what their needs, find out what their background is, because the background of students do play a lot in how they receive words from you, or how they receive instruction, or how they view their time in higher education. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to reading your responses.